on airplanes they don't have like row 13 or like floor 13 of buildings. We just don't have an episode 67.
Yeah. We skip 67, we skip 69, and we just jump straight
No!
jump straight to
Stop.
70. All right, guys, here we go. Welcome back to ShuttleSquad episode 66. My name's Thommy. I'm here with Marvin Seidel. Hi, Marvin.
Hello, hello.
Good to have you back. You've skipped a few recently.
Yeah, it's been quite busy. Yeah, but I'm happy to be back, and always looking forward to the Shuttle Squad.
Yes, here we go. We might have the two others join throughout the episode. We don't really know yet. The plan was to start here all together, but yeah, you've experienced this throughout the last few episodes if you are listening frequently. Sometimes things just don't work out as planned, so it's just Marvin and me starting, and then we will see whoever joins. Let's just go.
Let's see. No problem for us.
Yeah.
We always find something to talk about, right?
Yes, we always find solutions. This is a solution-finding podcast. And so we just keep going. We have a lot to talk about. We had World Championships. And yeah, I mean, we had almost the perfect European Championships this year. And this year at the Worlds, it's kind of the opposite. We have only first round exits. Yeah. So that wasn't really what we hoped for. I'm sure, Marvin, that you also hoped for one or the other round more to play in Delhi. But maybe you can just start with throw in some thoughts, some experience from the last week.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that we all three lost in the first round obviously also shows how competitive this sport is. So many good players, and yeah, very, very dense quality, I would say. Many people can beat more or less everyone. And that's also what makes it so exciting. And if you look at the singles world ranking at the moment, for example, I mean, it's so close in the top 5, like just a few hundred points, deciding whether you're number 1 or number 5 in the world. I mean, obviously, both is pretty good, but it's crazy that it is this close. I think has never been this close, or at least I was not aware of it.
Have you seen I mean, Kirsty is now the world number 2.
Yeah.
After losing the first round of the World Championships. It's always interesting how this world ranking works. So last year's result dropped out for everybody that doesn't know. And apparently some of the players that were ahead of him before the World Championships had some big points in the last year's World Championships. And also didn't score much. So yeah, Kirsty just moved up in the ranking, even though he lost first round. And is now the world number 2, and also just 600 points behind the number 1. That is
correct,
nothing.
Yeah. That is one round, not even.
That is
basically on the big tournaments. It's not even one round.
So we might see him, like, if I don't know what let's see what the European Tour brings, but it's possible that we see him as world number 1 soon, and that sounds so crazy.
It does, but I mean, obviously he deserves it. Really good year for him. But he also has some points to defend now, right? I think French Open final, if I'm not mistaken, and then in the end of the year, World Tour Finals win. So yeah, and I think also wasn't he Hong Kong Open final or semi-final as well, and China Masters semi-final maybe even as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there are some points that he has to defend, and then of course it's also even more difficult to gain points if you have only tournaments coming up where you already performed pretty decently. Unfortunately, a problem that I don't have
at the moment, Marvin. At the moment.
Well, actually, that's not completely true, because quarterfinal for us at the Hilo Open, for example, was a good tournament, and that will be points that we have to defend at one point. so that we don't drop too much in our rankings. As you all know, the last 6 tournaments have not been too great for us. Although I would say, like, quality-wise, we almost always perform pretty well. But as I said,
results.
many players can play good badminton up there, and it's just so difficult to win.
Yeah, crazy. And I mean, if we talk about if Christo joins, we can talk about him a little more later. But how did you experience India? How did you experience the World Championships now? I mean, you've had some pretty rough trips to India in the past with food poisoning and sickness on court. How did it go this time?
This time, luckily, everything went well health-wise. And I also must say that Indian Badminton Association did a really good job at hosting the World Championships. I think organizational-wise, there was nothing that we could complain about. The hall was in a great condition. They also renovated a lot of the things in there, tried to make it as clean as possible. They even, like, the practice facilities, it used to be this, or it was the same one as it used to be for India Open when it was in the smaller hall next to the big stadium, and they even, like, did a whole, like, renewing of the building and tried to fix everything, like with the birds that are coming in and all this stuff. So you could see that they were really trying and gave it their best. And I think as players could feel that on court as well. And of course, like, the food poisoning stuff is always a little bit of a problem. I saw that some of the Malaysians got hit by it and had to withdraw in the quarterfinal, maybe even, or something like that.
There were many withdrawals actually, but I don't know.
But not too many, because
there were
of
some
food
injuries. Yeah,
correct. I mean, that just happens with so many matches being played at the World Championships, right? And always, like, the highest competitive level, so that can happen. But I mean, there's nothing the organizers can really do about the food poisoning problem. That's just a general health issue in India. But other than that, I think, again, they did a really good job. And then if it just comes to my match, I think, again, we talk about it a lot. The drift affects the matches quite a bit. And we just missed out on like, performing well in the beginning of the first set on the actually good side. And then we were trailing behind quite quickly, like 13-7, I think, where it made a little bit of a click in the head, and we recognized what we actually tactically have to do to gain advantage. And then we came back until 2020, but again, lost a close set, unfortunately. And then on the more difficult side, it was just too tough to handle. And the others, I must say, also played pretty well. And they deserve to win that one for sure. So it's just annoying that we missed out on the start. And like on the coin toss, we wanted to actually take the other side. And before that, we also talked about it. And when the Hong Kong pair won the toss and took the side that we wanted to take, like, we didn't manage to make the mental switch of what tactics do we have to actually play now. So it was a little bit sloppy, I would say, almost. Like something that shouldn't happen actually immediately when we knew, okay, we would play on that side. We would have to make this mental switch to, okay, this has to be the tactics now. We have to get the lift. We have to stay close in the midcourt. We have to fight for every situation there. But we missed out on a few chances there. And then, it was just, not good enough to handle their pressure in the beginning.
It's actually crazy because, I mean, you've played so many tournaments, and you've had those situations so often. But then somehow, I mean, there's a lot of pressure going on. There is a lot of excitement going into this tournament, and you're in the tunnel basically. What would you think? Like, why did this happen, or why were you not able to get this straight in the second that you just lost this toss?
Yeah, man.
Like,
maybe
just trying to understand,
Maybe we were so focused on what we wanted to do from the other side, and like didn't even think about that we could also just lose the point toss, like we just didn't consider it, which is pretty dumb if you say it out loud like this. But it can happen, unfortunately, obviously. And maybe it's also then a little bit the lack of experience of Tuk, that like she also didn't recognize it like earlier, because like for me, I should be the one being like, okay, hey, this has to be the tactics. But if I forget, like with Mark, maybe he would have said, yeah, okay, but this is our tactics, because he's also an experienced player, you know. That to actually forget it is like, not really forget, but like being 100% into the plan. You know, it can make so much of a difference if you're just like trying, or if you actually do it.
If you're super aware.
Yeah. And so we both were just not 100%
caught up in the moment.
Yeah. And then it slips away, right? So there's in the end no one really to blame except ourselves. But maybe next time we should consider the things a little better. Maybe talk with the coaches also even more about both sides. But it's just like one of these unfortunate things that you afterwards think of. This shouldn't happen, but mistakes happen, and this unfortunately can happen as well. And I mean, we almost turned it around, which was pretty good. Like just seeing, okay, if we actually go with the right tactics, we can also do it. But in the end, only winning counts, and we didn't manage to do that.
Yeah, sounds pretty annoying actually. If you not only lose a match, but also have the feeling afterwards, like, okay, like if we just go in like with 100% readiness up here, also with the change of situation, then we at least play 3 games and it's an more open game, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
I can imagine how frustrating it must be. But I mean, you've had many, as you said, you've had many good performances recently, actually, but never just that click to really bag it in and just win the thing. So with what feeling do you fly home then after such an experience again?
A lot of negative emotions, unfortunately, like this annoyed kind of feeling, and just being down again, which I think is also pretty normal. I mean, we go there to win, right? No one wants to lose, and I think we all hate losing. Otherwise, we wouldn't be professional athletes, I guess. But then it's about getting back, getting your head in the right mind again, and trying to find things that you can work on and that you can focus on. And also this time again, like I was annoyed for 2-3 days maybe, but then I watched a hell lot of videos, and like badminton videos, obviously. I try to find details that I can work on and focus on that would actually make a difference, and I found them. Practice this week so far has been really good. Like we played some really good badminton this week, and we just try our best to win the next match. Like, there's not much more that we can do. It will not get easier, unfortunately, as we will play Matthias and Alex Christiansen Bøe next week in the first round of China Open or China Masters. But that's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean, they also didn't like. That's also so crazy for this World Championships that I mean, as you said, on the top everything is so close, and everybody can beat everyone almost in those tournaments. But the players that was a lot of focus on, for example, Christo, who many expected to medal, or Alexandra Bo and Matthias, where many said, okay, they are probably one of the favorites to win the gold. And they lost quarterfinal, I think. Yeah,
quarterfinal was.
Yeah.
Actually, against a pair that we already beat this year, which is even more surprising.
Yeah, you see, like it's just depends on the moment and whoever finds the best solution in that situations. But I wanted to go back to this drift thing. Just one more question, because there were so many matches with 3 games.
Yeah,
especially in the first rounds, I think. And then that's always an indicator for a lot of drift, right?
Absolutely, yeah. if it's like so much more difficult from one side to play, then obviously there will be like situations where both players or pairs will struggle and lose a set. And then it's all about who can manage this the best in the third game. Sometimes it's also about like who can get the biggest lead or a big lead at 11 if he's on the good side. And then can he manage to bring it home, or is it this, okay, you're leading 11-5, but then again, pretty soon it's 13 all or whatever, and then it's really difficult if you've switched to the bad side. I think that's a little bit how Kirsty experienced it. I'm not 100% sure, but like it looked a little bit to me like, okay, leading after the turn 11 and then losing it pretty quickly because it's just so much more difficult. And yeah, it's tough. And as you said, a lot of 3 games, always an indicator for a lot of wind.
What was for you? There are many upsets, as we just briefly talked about. What was for you the biggest surprise, the biggest upset, the biggest story of this World Championship?
Okay, it's not the biggest story, but I think that the Taiwanese beat Matthias and Alex was very surprising. At least to me, I didn't think that would happen. Maybe some nerves were involved, and obviously also some really good quality then from the Taiwanese. But I really thought that they would take it, and that they at least would win a medal or maybe even more. And other than that, I think you can't call it a big upset, but Chia So going to the final, also after having split, like at least for a few tournaments, and now just playing the World Championships and no other tournament until the end of the year, and just going to the final, beating Kim and Seo that are just so tough to beat.
Yeah, in 2 games. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was incredible to see, and I've watched the matches also a lot. Some really high quality and like this relaxed focus, like when you see in their eyes that they don't play with pressure, but just this 100% focus, but still enjoying it. That's pretty cool, and especially Chia, I think
that's the goal.
Yeah,
goal state. Yeah.
Especially Chia, I think played really, really good. So yeah, that was cool to see. And then, I mean, we have to talk about France here, right? That like France is winning 2 World Championships titles. That's insane. Like,
it's crazy. I still can't believe it when you say it like that.
So good, right?
Yeah.
Like, amazing. And
yeah.
I mean, I know Tom and Delphine quite well, and obviously he was on the podcast with us and also talking a little bit about the preparations and the goal to like achieving more than last time and everything. And like it's always something that you can say and that you can really try. And obviously, I mean, I know Jeppe and Tina are also pretty good. They make sure that there is they make sure that there is a good plan for this to happen, and they follow it strictly for sure. But then actually having that plan like go or fulfill like the ultimate goal, that is just so cool. Like so cool. You work your ass off for a month, and you also sacrifice being not at 100% at big events like Indonesia Open and everything or also, for example, that he didn't go to Thomas Cup, that like they were out in the first round at Europeans, which might have also been because they were just in a super tough training period already back then. And, then going out and winning the gold medal at the World Championships, like that is so good. And I deserve it for sure.
It's actually crazy because, I mean, it's so cool to see such a plan that works, Because, I mean, many players probably just prepare like that and we don't even see it. We don't know it because we're not that close. But being part of that plan, or not part of it, but like following in it from the start, kind of, not from on the way at least, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that we heard him talking about, okay, this is the full focus is on this tournament, and also saying that publicly, so that also adds some kind of pressure. Oh, Kirsty's here. Hey.
What's up, party people?
What
Hello,
up?
hello.
Glad having you.
Nice to be here.
How's it
Sorry,
going?
you guys carry on. I'll jump in.
Yeah, we were just talking about obviously uh, the French going crazy at the World Championships and Tom and Delphine taking the title, and especially as Tom told us that this was the tournament of the year for them, and the whole structure and the whole training was all made for this tournament, and that this finally pays off. That it's such an amazing thing to see and to
Yeah,
follow.
they've nailed it. Like if that was like the intention, then they absolutely nailed it. And I guess even for Alex, I think he purposefully pulled out of China to focus more on the preparation for World Champs. And that's also paid off, I think.
Quite
Yeah.
well, actually. We
Yeah.
haven't talked about Alex yet, but I mean, he's also, I think, like, it's so interesting to see how Christo and Alex just peak throughout the year on different times. And then you see Alex being on top, and then Christo is kind of, the focus is more on Alex, and then Christo performs. And then the focus of the media and everyone is on Christo, and then Alex comes back and performs. So it must be so cool for the federation to have like 2 or 3 of those guys.
And meanwhile, Thoma is getting to the final of China Open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the French, crazy.
Yeah, but you can't say
It's
they've not
surprising
put
us.
that's definitely been a strategy that we've seen like build over the last like at least 5, if not 8 to 10 years of like the investment that's been put in, and you see what that can do
Probably
with
even more.
just like maybe even longer of just like building that huge foundation with all the clubs, and then to find your, well, I guess 3 at the very, very top. But it takes a hell of a lot of time, money, and effort to get to where they've gotten to.
But I mean, if you take 2 World Championship golds in 1 year, that's kind
It's worth
of
it.
a payoff. And also, I mean, there's also a lot coming actually for France. I'm here at the European Juniors at the moment, the under-19 European Championships, and there's also like France took the team title, beat Denmark in the finals, and also tomorrow is finals day, and there are many French players. Also, men's singles #1 is again from France. So the future is also looking good. I mean, performing well on the European under-19 level doesn't mean that they are going to the top of the world ranking, but still you see that the whole system, it's not just those 3 men's singles guys and Tom and Delphine, but the whole system is just like a really, really big base for everything that comes to the top. So it's interesting to see what
Definitely,
we
I
will
think
see
it's
in the next years.
yeah. It's a good indicator of where it's maybe going to go. I think we saw a little kind of flash a few years ago when Spain won the team event, and we thought, oh, the Carolina legacy is really paying off, and then that's not really come to much. But I think France have the balance of like their junior program and into their senior program maybe a little better than Spain had it. So yeah, I just think the investment, I think, has been like the real important part, the money, and to get the right coaches in the right place at the right time as well. It's a big mixture of everything coming together, and God, I think any country apart from China would be delighted with 2 gold medals, world champs.
Yeah, I think this year China would also be happy with 2 because they only have 1.
Yeah,
True.
So
I think it's like in the standings, it's Korea first, right? Because they also got like a bronze medal or something like that. And then it's already France because of the 2 golds.
yeah.
Fantastic. Imagine that. If you would have told me 10 years ago, I would be like, yeah, for sure.
No way. Yeah. And if you did say 10 years ago, you would have said, yeah, probably, well, let's go, it'll be Christo then.
Yeah, maybe. But not even. I think 10 years ago, it was Like,
Yeah,
you
not
couldn't
even.
know, right?
He was still in school 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah, and I saw a video of Alex
He
Lanier,
was.
like where he was talking about like, oh yeah, okay, my future goal. Like he was really young in that video, and like future goal is like maybe Paris, but then also obviously getting to the like top of the world, basically, maybe even best player in the world. And he was 14, so that's only 7 years ago, 2019,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm just old, you know. Like,
Yeah.
2019, he was 14, and it's just like, okay, yeah, I've been on tour then already, and like, yeah,
For a
I've
few
not
years.
become world champion in the last 7 years, obviously. But yeah, like what a development and how quickly and like just wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I also thought about the first tournament that I was working for Badminton Europe was in 2022, the European Juniors, and Alex Lanier won the gold there. And that was the first time I saw him play. And I was like, yeah, I haven't seen that much junior level then. So I was like, yeah, he's obviously the best player here. So really good. But I never expected him to go like this. And his first year on the tour when he just won, did he win? Canada or something?
Japan Open, yeah.
I think it started with Canada or something, 300 or whatever. I think that was the first win. Or a final, at least, where everybody was like, wait, what?
And I think he was 19 when he won Japan Open. And already people are like, how long is this going to last for? Is it like kind of beginner's luck almost, of like there's maybe like so little information on him that he's just come from nowhere and surprised everyone, but he's like stood the test of time, obviously. Just crazy what he's managed to do in such a short time.
And also the fact that usually European players need a little longer to reach that level on the world stage. And you always said, okay, usually we peak a little later than all the Asian players because they just had more training when they were young.
I'm still waiting for that.
Kirsty. It's going to come. 2044.
Also, like, I looked at like the previous world champions, and then I think 2017 it was Victor's first title, where he was actually 23, and he looks so young on these pictures.
So young.
He does.
Like, crazy.
He's a baby face.
Yeah, and back then I was already like, wow, like already world champion. Like, where should this end? You know, like, and obviously it ended pretty well. 2 more Olympic golds and another world championship title. So, like, way to go for Alex, right? Like, okay, some big footsteps that he already basically surpassed, and at least in terms of age. And
I think we probably didn't think that we would ever get like another Victor. We kind of thought like Victor's a little special, and this might not be replicated again, but it's been, if anything, it's been like one-upped so far for like the starting block. And then I guess we'll just have to see how the next kind of 10 years pans out for Alex, but he's off to a good start, I suppose.
I don't know if it's my internet, but I can't hear you anymore.
Well. I'm just saying, Alex, it's a good start, but we'll see how the next 10 years will pan out.
Yeah. And I mean, also the fact that we have Alex and Christo from Europe now in this position. And I mean, there's also an Anders who I thought this would probably be his year at the World Championships. I kind of thought that before, but didn't really work out. And then just Alex comes. I didn't have Alex on my list for this tournament, to be honest. I had Christo or Anders, and now Alex just comes and just crushes it. So let's see what the other two do in the next years. So it's gonna be crazy. But that's so nice for European badminton.
Yeah, and I think it's quite funny that you're at the under-19 European Championships right now as well, and you probably see a few good players. Muddy So, for example, I think is one of the players to look for. And like, who knows, maybe in 4 years he will just beat all of the players we just mentioned and wins a World Championship title. So
he's tall, he's left-handed, has some really nice skills also on the racket. So yeah, as I say, Crazy, yes. Alex was 4 years ago. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's see. Marisol plays his final tomorrow against a Spanish guy, actually. Mario Rodriguez. So, yeah, and Marisol also plays men's doubles final, obviously. So he's probably the biggest name to focus on in this category at the moment. But we'll see. Maybe there are also some others that we will see soon on the tour. Remember the
surely.
names.
Yeah. I will look out for them. No problem. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I can beat them on the way a few times.
Kirsty, I hope the connection is stable. But how was India for you? How was your experience? Tough draw. We talked about that before. But how was the actual match experience?
Yeah, I was like relatively happy with my performance in the match. I think I ended the match on the tougher drift side, so I was hitting with the wind, and yeah, if I would have chosen to end on the other side, and I don't know how much of a difference that would have made. But I implemented a lot of things that we'd been working on in training, so I can't be too disappointed with that. I gave it a good go, and I reached a decent level, which is all I can really hope for. So yeah, I've been dealt some pretty tough draws this year. This has not been the year of good draws for me. So we'll turn it around at some point.
Yeah, we've had the drift and the picking the right side discussion before with Marvin, because he kind of had the same problem.
Yeah, it's a killer.
Yeah, I mean it's tough on the difficult side. It's really tough. That's why I'm always like, if people win in 2 sets, like I'm like, wow, okay, they must play really, really good on the difficult side, because I think it's just so tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even like in China Open, we're seeing like top players. I think Katatong lost a set to Yamaguchi 21-1. And like you got to like, something's up when someone's losing at the top level 21-1. So yeah, it brings out the best and it brings out the worst in you, that's for sure. But we all have to deal with it the same, I get. Well, you do want to end on that good side, though, I will say.
Yeah. So the goal is to pick the bad side first, have the good side in the second, bad side beginning of third, good side in the end of the third. That's the goal.
Mathematically, you have more rallies than on the good side, right?
Potentially.
Because, like you can trail 11-5, but then like make more points statistically on the good side, and then until 11-all, for example, you've had 6 more rallies on the good side. So that's a little bit the idea. And then obviously, if it goes to like 20-all, 22, 20, whatever, then even more points to be played on the good side.
Yeah, and the old classic phrase, so it's not how you start, it's how you end.
True.
Fair. So key takeaway is just win your coin tosses next time, guys. That's what I've learned from this episode.
Pretty much. I never understand when there's
some magic tricks there.
True, yeah. I never understand when there's a coin toss and there's a real drift in the hall and someone chooses serve or receive. Like, that makes no difference to the outcome of the game, but the side that you choose could be a win or a loss choice. That's crazy to me.
I agree so much.
Who does that?
Some people do that.
Do you have names?
Oh, I can't remember.
Mostly Asians, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe they just want to get in your heads, guys.
It's working.
Yeah, I mean, it's working. And so far, statistically, they're winning. So maybe it's us being dumb.
Yeah, I think that's not it. I think just some luck involved also in the coin tossing thing. Yeah, I mean, it looks like Christo is not making it today. Was there anything else from the week that you guys want to share? Anything special that happened? Any troubles you run in? Anything outstanding that we have to mention? Or should we just wrap it for today?
I guess you guys.
Unfortunately, no apes this time in the training hall.
Yeah.
But
I guess you guys already touched on like how much it was improved since January. And like, yeah, it was so much better, a much better feeling tournament than January. Okay, the drift was, still quite difficult, but organization wise, it was 10 times better. It was just like you arrived in January and there was like already friction because the standard wasn't good enough, but they really, really turned it around, and I thought it was like a really well run event. The shout out to the golf carts between the training hub venue and the main arena, that was a nice little touch.
I agree. That was really
Marvin
cool.
felt like home.
Yeah, but I really like that as well, because also in January I was like, damn, always this walk between of course it's not a big deal, right? But it was a really nice add-on to the event that there were these golf carts always available, just like going from the main arena to the practice hall, and that was pretty cool.
We're talking.
Sometimes
it was
it's so
like,
easy to make the players happy.
Yeah, it was like honestly like 2.5, 3 minute walk, but just a little extra treat.
No, it's 6 minutes. I would say 6.
How slow are you walking?
You lazy.
Okay, my fault. 3.5.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But it was a nice little extra. We're trying to not work with bare minimums these days, so it was a nice little added extra.
And I mean, it was 35, 40 degrees Celsius, right? So 3.5 minutes can also be pretty long.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it just felt like 6 to you because it was so hot.
Yeah, that might have been it.
For sure.
Amazing.
But yeah,
sounds great.
That's all from
me. Do we already know where the next World Championships will be? No, right? It's not published yet.
No,
I googled that today.
Quite unusual.
Okay, that's funny. I heard it might be Canada.
I said that. I said hopefully back in Europe, but also America and Canada. You need a turn, or Australia. So I kind of named the whole world, but Canada would be great.
When was the last World Championships in North America?
I think 2007.
LA.
In USA.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Maybe it was 2006, but something like that. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. So maybe they want, if it was 2007, they should do an anniversary games. That would be a lovely full circle moment. But is the World Championship the year after Olympics not in the same place as the Olympics now? So would LA not probably have it in 2029?
That would make sense.
Because we had Tokyo and then we had Paris. So
that's a good idea. Is that a thing that's going to happen for sure, or is it just a guess?
No. I think it's just It was 2 times like this, but would be a nice tradition to have.
Yeah.
Actually, yes. I guess we will see. But Canada would be nice. I would also be down for a trip to Canada. I've never been.
Yeah, we so rarely get to go west, so that would be nice.
True. I'm just surprised that it's not announced yet.
I know.
Yeah, I think they also struggle to actually find a date for it, right? Like because of European games also being in June, and like quite a different calendar than we are used to. So I think there were many things involved that made it a little bit more difficult. And maybe then also now just a year before, it's already difficult to get the halls and everything. So I could only imagine that it might be tough for organizers to actually like plan it, But
yeah.
Let's see.
I guess we will see. Guys, I have one last question. And I mean, you both have played like many years on the tour, many events, many world championships. I don't know if this even was a tournament that you were specifically looking forward to go to, but what is for you the next highlight that you're really hyped for, looking forward to? Kirsty, you start.
Big one, European Games, probably next summer. That'll be a little check on the calendar. But before that, I'm looking forward to seeing this Super 1000 deal. We'll start that in January, so I'm kind of looking forward to it. Maybe not like a one that I particularly will treat any different, but I think that'll be a really interesting way to start the year with the new Super 1000 structure.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah. More or less the same. We have Seidel Open at the end of the year, home tournament for me. Always a nice one to have. And German Open, always also big thing, right? But yeah, the Super 1000 is going to be interesting. I have also one question, Kirsty, maybe you know. Now that there are 48 players in singles, do you guys then already get money just for being there as well?
I don't know specifically, but I would imagine so. I would think so. Maybe it depends where you place in your group. Like third and second would get a certain amount, and then first obviously progresses. But I would imagine so. I think that's incredibly harsh to have these new ranked, slightly lower ranked players into the big tournaments and like, come on, you guys, you've made it. No money for you. I think that's incredibly harsh. So I really hope that is the case. But yeah, we'll need to wait till the prospectuses get published, and we'll come back to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Still some uncertainties with this new system. It's actually surprising and funny, but we will see along the way, and also maybe we know soon where the next World Championships will be, but there's still a year to go, so no reason to rush things. Guys, thanks a lot for your time. That was episode 66. Get home safe, Kirsty.
Thank you.
Marvin, have a chill evening.
Did you say this is episode 66?
I did.
You know what that means, what next episode is.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Why do you say that even? It's so crazy.
It'll get the kids clicking, they'll get involved.
I think it's not the kids anymore. I think now we are at a point where everybody is infiltrated by this thing, and still nobody knows what it really means. And you're at the European Juniors, and you have the umpire saying 6-7, and the umpire is smiling and starting to giggle a little bit, and the kids didn't even react, but it's just the umpire, because like this, it's everywhere now, and I still don't get it, man. What the fuck? But yeah, next episode, maybe we will talk about that. Oh wow.
I will skip that one then.
Yeah,
I will enter for
maybe we all
69
skip it
again.
Which is
okay, that's too much. Sorry, guys.
Like how in in some like hotels or like on airplanes they don't have like row 13 or like floor 13 of buildings. We just don't have an episode 67.
Yeah. We skip 6-7, we skip 69, and we just jump straight to 70. Don't. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I'll think about it. Guys, thanks for your time. Everybody else, thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the podcast. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.